we're going to start with England-France.
Was that the first game?
Yeah. No, it wasn't. It was Italy. Sorry, my mind's gone completely blank now because I've watched it in different. Yeah, you're right. It was.
That's why I'm saying, do we have to start there? Because, my arrogance is back.
Do you reckon?
Oh, the English arrogance is back. It's back and forth. It's a disgrace.
Yeah, no, the patriotic ecstasy is real, isn't it?
Max, you don't watch like stuff on social media, and I shouldn't because it makes me angry. All you had to do was go on social media after that game, and
wild.
Borthwick, best coach ever. Like he knew where we were, and you just got I wouldn't be surprised if you went back through the clips, you'd find the same bloke about 4 weeks ago.
Borthwick out.
Yeah. Oh man, it's and you hear the same stuff, and I suppose the players have got to say it, but they're like, thanks for sticking with us, the fans. And you're like, well, they weren't really with you a huge amount. They've been slagging everyone off as well. So, but they got it done. And do you know what? I think we've been pretty good. We have said quite a few times they are close. They are close. But I'd love to hear your take on it.
My take on it?
Because I don't know. I'm going to be France any good?
I'm going to be entirely honest here.
Oh yes.
Benjamin Kaiser worded it up in a weird way at the end of the game. He said that was England's game to win. All right, and he said they won the game. I'm sort of a little bit mixed over that because France in that first half potentially could have about 27 points up.
Seriously.
What are we thinking about that?
100% France threw away. I know I'm really one-eyed about this, but it was far more about France conjuring up a loss. But England deserving the credit, don't get me wrong, I don't want to sound completely ridiculous. They stayed in the fight and they were there. But how often have you seen, and we're talking 3 or 4 golden try-scoring opportunities being dropped
from guys
who are
absolute killers.
Exactly.
Some assassins, and they're Dupont. Open
50-50s of we're talking open goals. So we're talking potentially 15, 20 points being left out there and England scraping by 1 point. But again, that's going to make me, I know it makes me sound super bitter.
It's all contextual though. And it, the minute one of those scores happen, it changes the context of the game. So it's hard to say ifs, what ifs and buts and maybes. But yeah, France, it was a gripping game, but France couldn't grip it, ironically. And England.
What did Shaun Edwards hear? What Shaun Edwards said after? Didn't he say there?
No, I would love to know what he said.
The dropsies for the day.
Case of the dropsies for the day. They just exactly like you said, Max. They couldn't get hold of it.
But mate, there were some very strong performances though. So now, gentlemen, we enter a very, very interesting pickle for Steve Borthwick. What does he do with the 10 jersey?
But we said it on here. I said
I know, but then you're gonna pick a 15 who's not a 15 for club, who's played most.
That's right.
That's fine.
Do you know what? This is people are gonna go mental with this, but I wouldn't even mind seeing Marcus Smith at 12. I know he hasn't got the power.
The sort of the forward Farrell axis of Finn Smith and Marcus Smith.
Exactly that. Because if he gets a little bit of space and you've got a ball player both sides of the ruck. I don't think
Johnny
Finn
Wilson,
Smith,
Mike Cat. Oh,
Finn Smith was brilliant. He was absolutely fantastic, and he found his way into the game. But he was a case of George Ford, putting people through holes, but also would have a little crack in there. Was really, I think he got the balance spot on, his kicking. Marcus Smith, I think you have to still involve him because he's so good and you saw him a little bit wider out. He can break the line. So with him and Ollie Lawrence together, I reckon I wouldn't be afraid of seeing that.
That is interesting. That would be tasty.
Would you play Marcus at 10 and Finn at 12 or the other way?
No. I'll go Finn at 10 just so he can distribute. But you saw it. They switched around a couple of times in the game.
Because Finn's got more of a sort of Geppetto playing style, doesn't he, than Marcus, who sort of puts the team on his back and breaks the line, etc., throws a million goose steps and makes something awesome happen. But on that, Max, so say they've broken the line and then they're on the front foot and then you've got Finn Smith who'll just
get that ball out to Marcus Smith, who's now got a little bit more space to go through holes. He can skip through holes like any bloke.
Get on that hard overs line, yeah.
And then you got Ollie Lawrence outside him. So I wouldn't mind seeing him like mix around with that a little bit more. But I don't mind him at 15. I thought he was good at 15.
But what do you think of Borthwick? Like, in terms of the way England keep changing their squad. They change their squad, their starting lineup more than most teams, I'd say, in terms of like major sort of changes across the board. Whereas, like, when you look at like Ireland or France, they have like an established core group. Don't get me wrong; they're still like the core guys, like who are nailed in there, like Itoje, Genji, Will Stewart at this point. But like every other, like a lot of those positions have been really interchangeable. So I'm wondering if that's like a strength or a weakness. Obviously, this time it paid off, but maybe that was part of the growing pains of this England team. I don't know. Maybe he's still trying to figure that out, but.
Also, when you're losing a lot, you can't just do nothing. You can't look. I'm sure there's pressure. You can't look like you're doing nothing and be like, "Well, we'll be all right if we just roll the dice again." So, but with that fly half debate, there's a lot of the media, a lot of people online are saying, right, decides that's the debate's decided now. Kind of discounting everything good that Marcus Smith has done as clearly England's best player in the autumn internationals. And it's more or less based on one half of rugby from Finn Smith, who was outstanding to win the game. But that's, first half, he was fine. It was nothing spectacular. And then he's won the game in 40 minutes.
Yeah, but when was Marcus Smith good in the autumns? I think he was better in the second half where he moved out to 15.
No, he set up 3 tries. Well, I mean, he helped set up 3 tries against the world champions against South Africa. It's not easy to score 3 tries.
He was pretty. England's best player at autumn international.
But I would stick with Finn Smith. I think you still want to involve Marcus Smith, have him in there. I'm not just disregarding him and saying he doesn't need to be in there. I think you still need him in there. But that's how I would go. I thought Ollie Lawrence was brilliant as well.
I thought Slade played well though.
Slade, yeah.
Tom Curry, unbelievable. He's still the Urukai, bro. Yeah. My God, he was mammoth. And then Itoje was like him for Tiger. Absolute nuisance everywhere. Just lassoing blokes. Mate, there's ticker on the bloke at the moment. It's wild.
Just going on Tom Curry, Borthwick's been saying that actually he's getting better and better. And he's one of those almost like test animals that what you haven't seen the best of him, which is quite surprising when you think of everything that he's already achieved in his career.
Yeah. Potentially. I mean, like, he's played pretty well for Sale. Like, remember he was part of that England back row that got them to the final as well. Like, he's still been around. He's still played very well for England. I agree he's a test match animal, but he's very consistent back rower. Be interesting.
Yeah, I think there's a good few performances. But yeah, I don't know. You look at it, like, Bex was watching me watch the game, and she was like, "I've never seen you like celebrate so hard for a team in your life." When France scored that try I thought, end it. I'm giving it. Come on, and Bex was like, "You don't even cheer this much for Scotland," because I knew what it was going to cause. And I don't know, maybe part of it's good. Now England, let them pump their tyres up a little bit for in 2 weeks' time when Scotland come down to Twickenham. I'm going to call it Twickenham. I don't care. When Scotland come down to Twickenham and played, maybe that's what we need. We're licking our wounds, as they're saying at the moment, Scotland, after that game, and we'll get onto it. But let this blow the English ties up a little too hard, and hopefully we'll see what we see in 2 weeks' time. Because I still don't think England were that good. They led for what? 4 minutes, was it, or something?
Not even less than 4 minutes in the whole of the game. Again, they won, so it doesn't matter. But.
Yes, I know, but France, and you're right, Benjamin Kayser, he said it. I don't. What was he trying to do there? Because I think
he was trying to be gracious in defeat. But
there's loads of arguments though, because you could go back and look at those. What about those shanks from Marcus Smith?
But there was like the line out.
What about those kicks? Yeah, but what about those kicks? What was going on there? I was like, oh no. The second one, I was like, oh no. And then when Finn Smith stepped up and took the kicking duties, you're like, oh, pressure on the wee man. But he did well. So I was happy to see Finn Smith go well.
Yeah, mate, he was class. He spoke really well after the game as well. He just some boy. He looks like.
And you could see with like Freeman and that, Max, there was like a synergy there. He just sort of knows those boys.
Alex Mitchell as well with Finn. Like
Alex Mitchell.
That access is club and country now, so that's nice. That's nice. There's a good synergy there.
Did the boys go out? Do you know if the boys went out on the piss? Because they've obviously got a bit of time now between the next games. Do you know?
I didn't delve too deep into their hedonism, but
really?
Probably I should have. Yeah, I should. Maybe I'll have a look. See, but the Pine Riders were class. And I thought scrum time, I thought Will Stewart was highly effective, but Finn Baxter coming on, getting a cheeky meat pie. Obviously, Elliot Daly with the last gasp, like glorious score. Pine was very good. Ben Curry, instant impact. It was a comprehensive 80-minute game in the end.
Jamie George as well, his impact off the bench.
Jamie George with the line break, have that.
Good to see that. But
outstanding. But like you see how Finn Smith like attacks the line out the back of that pod of three. It's like it was just real nice. He's like attacking that disconnect, putting bodies in holes. Mate, yeah, it looks good. It looks interesting. But as you said,
is that are England solved now though? Have they? That's it.
I don't think it's quite that simple, Ryan. I think these things take a little time. I'm not sure if that's the eureka moment just yet, but it's a good sign of things to come. They're moving in a positive way. Also, Tom Willis, even though he wasn't like the headline getter, I just still think like those carries in that containment maul against the sort of the orcs of the defense, the real horrible monsters on that team, he can just still get you decent enough carries, and he's so hungry for it. So, I think he has to just stay in there. He's just such a big target for the pack to get behind for the nitty gritty carries. But yeah,
Mark, tell me this. Tell me this. Is this a real thing? Because I've told you before, I don't mind saying it, but we did some stuff with Arnold Clark with Blair Kinghorn, and I made Blair phone the most famous person in his phone book. And he said, and I said, who's the most famous person in your phone book? He went, Finn Russell. And I said, come on, that's not true. And he was like, what do you mean? And I was like, I knew. And he went, no, I know who you want, but I'm not giving you who you want. I said, you're going to give me who you want. I want. You're going to get. It was like, you want me to phone Dupont. So he phones Dupont. And Dupont, he was like, he won't answer anyway. It doesn't matter. It's fine. Phones him. Dupont answers. And you can see Blair's like, oh no, panics. Starts speaking in French. He's like, bonjour poulet.
Oh, this is too good.
I'm like, why have you called him chicken? But he said, good luck against the roast beef. Is that a thing?
Yeah. That's what you guys and that's what Max, you guys are known as, le roast beef.
Did you know that, Max?
I didn't, but it makes sense. I mean, they don't do roast beef over there.
Because when he said it, he was like, "Oh, good, what is it? Bon chance against le roast beef." And I was just like, I was looking at him like, "Mate, what are you saying? Why did you say that?" He was like, "Because that's what they call England, roast beef." Then I never heard it, but so that
is completely the term for
It's like how we call the French the frogs.
Frogs, yeah.
They eat the chicken of the mountains.
Yeah, true. So, okay. I just wanted to double check that. I didn't know if it was Schmog being weird in all his weirdness. Well, there we go then. So we didn't call that right, did we? Because I said France by 1. I knew it'd be close. I knew it'd be close, but
did you actually think it was going to be close?
I swear to God, I said it from the off. I said I genuinely thought it was going to be by 1 point. I don't know why that was. Okay, cool. But and then just a little mention, Elliot Daly obviously comes off the pine. England haven't done anything the whole game in terms of set piece, trying to cut them open. And all it takes is that one moment. Lovely little line, sits on the short side, holds the defender, comes around, ball out the back, cuts a lovely line, goes through. Elliot Daly to save the day for England. It was... it was big. It was big. So fair play, and let it keep you buoyant, England fans. Let's see what happens in 2 weeks' time. It makes it good, though, doesn't it? It does open it up.
I love that you're almost cheery, Ryan. But the bottom line is England have defeated France, and you just got
keep you up.
Yeah.
No, France lost. We've literally just said that France lost.
Okay, France lost. And to be fair, Elliot Daly, that's a great point. And you know what? What a player to bring off the bench to come and do to come and make that moment happen. And
if you agree with us, comment below. Did France lose or did England win? Make sure you drop it into the comments.
no, because it's
The
good to
way
have
that England won, though, makes me think England win. England won it.
Well, the way
the game
they
concludes
dropped all those
makes me
balls.
think-
You want to be honest, then, Max.
We're going back over old ground.
You know that feeling of
I know we are, but I have mixed thoughts over this.
when you're watching the game. Did you get that feeling of we are going to win this, or we could win this?
I did. I did. To be fair,
Yeah. After when I was seeing the unusual suspects not being who they usually are, I was like, yeah, there's definitely it's on.
Fair play.
I'll be honest. I started to think, oh no, this is getting away. England are going to win this.
I was like, there's no way we can lose it. Like we were kind of through for fun a lot of the times. Like, you know.
But England were getting a lot of go forward as well. Like at times they were carrying with ease. But
anyway, like we said,
a great result. Well done, England.
Drive the algo. Let us know.
Please pile into Ryan and myself. And let's now continue. Actually, the Ryan pile on. It makes good sense.
No, because we're going. There's the next game. Let's just delay the inevitable.
Okay, fine. Let's continue. By the way, if there are any other Franco-Welshmen out there in the world that don't share the same surname as me, let me know how you feel about how awful that weekend was of Wales getting trounced and England beating France, because it's very it's pretty depressing. But yeah,